The Mae Sot Education Project was founded in 2003 by Champlain professor Mary Perkey. The project sends student volunteers from Champlain and Bishops to the town of Mae Sot on the Thai-Burmese border in order to teach English to refugee and migrant children.
It really grew out of the Refugee Sponsorship Project. We did have a number of students who came from Burma, and coincidentally I had a daughter who was working in a medical clinic in Mae Sot, and she said, "Mom, you could do something here." This seemed like an opportunity to kind of go to the front lines and be where these people live before they get here, and make a different kind of contribution and have a different kind of learning experience.
This learning opportunity does not come without hard work. Students selected to participate in the project are expected to work the entire year to prepare.
So we organized a series of classes, and in particular teaching English as a foreign language. So every other week they'd have like a 3-hour session with them, and on the alternate weeks they would have a long session with me where we would talk about the history and political background of the situation in Mae Sot, cultural issues that they might run into while they're there. And we also then talked about how we're going to work together to raise the money. There was at least a meeting every week, and it was really a several-hour meeting. It's very intensive, for sure.
And that's before the 6-month volunteer stint abroad, during which students were required to teach, but never stopped learning.
This project does a lot in itself, but when you step in Mae Sot or anywhere else in the world, you realize there's so much to do, and the inequalities are real, they're tangible, and it's just so interesting to keep dreaming of doing something better abroad, but also locally, of course, because both are needed. And that's what Mae Sot drove me to keep in mind day to day.
I was brought to the project because I realized from a young age that we were really lucky. You know, like growing up in Canada, growing up here, we're learning to appreciate what we have here. I think over there, like, people are really helping each other out, and that's when I came back here, that's what I wanted to do.
When I was volunteering in small groups here, I learned so much from the people. It's also learning from other cultures, and I think it's really important.
I went into this experience thinking, I want to travel, I want to do good. This seems like a nice opportunity to do so, and in no way did I think it was going to change my life in the way that it did.
Wanting to give back seems to be a common theme among these past participants. Each of them were more than happy to be a part of the project committee, and they were not alone. Retired English professor Gary Retzleff has been a part of it since the very beginning.
I've been to Mae Sot several times, and there's one school, Samuta, with little kids, and as we were leaving, all the little kids just rushed out and grabbed our legs and said, thank you for helping us. So I burst into tears, actually. I was so moving.
Graham Moody and Judy Keenan are newer to the committee, but both have nothing but good things to say about the experience.
I knew about this project for years, and I'd gone to the Thai dinner for many years, and everybody loves that evening of coming together. It's a big fundraiser, but it's so much more than that, I think, that people they just want to be there. And I also know Mary by reputation, her enormous dedication to something that is, as you can see, had a pretty profound impact on people. So yeah, I was really happy to be part of this.
Well, I've been on the search committee or selection committee for 2 years, where we picked the candidates who were going to send to Mae Sot, and that's a really interesting experience. But the thing that really impresses me is how dedicated the volunteers are after they've come back. The fact that we have 4 former volunteers who are active members of the committee, and lots of other former volunteers who play their part from a distance. It's an impressive project, and I'm honored to be part of it.
We have a lot of fun.